Hey there, it's J-Dog. Hey, you caught me packing for a trip. I'm here at my house in Florida, Fort Myers Beach, and I'm about to take a trip over to Lake Okeechobee. Lake Okeechobee is about a 2-hour drive from my house here in Fort Myers Beach, and I've never been to that part of Florida. Supposedly it's a very agricultural part of the state, and it's very different as far as being here on the coastal regions. Lake Okeechobee is one of the largest bodies of fresh water in the U.S. In fact, I think it's the second largest freshwater lake in the U.S. And I've always wanted to see it. I'll put up a maps here so you can see kind of the route and where it's located compared to where we are. But now we're going to go for a couple days and kind of circumnavigate the lake. We're going to stay on the south side and then go around and stay on the east side. I think it's about over 100-mile circumference just to drive it. So I'm looking forward to it. So we finally made it to the lake here. We're in Clewiston, Florida, right on Lake Okeechobee. This is Lake Okeechobee right here, but we're at the public boat ramp here in Clewiston. And I want to show you the dike, because the Herbert Hoover Dike is right over here. And I'll show you some clips of that so you can see that. But we did drive our RV down here. This is a very pretty waterway here. Nice little park they have in Clewiston here. This is actually the public boat ramp. My wife's in the foreground. Our destination for this evening is South Bay, which is right at the very bottom of the lake. Clewiston here is kind of on the lower southwest side of the lake. But we're going to be staying at an RV park, a municipal place, and we'll show you some clips of that next. I think we're going to get some good views of the lake there. Well, we made it to our destination for this evening. We're at South Bay Campground, which is right at the bottom of Lake Okeechobee. It's a municipal campground run by the county, Palm Beach County. And you can see my rig's here, but I'll pan around so you can kind of see what this campground looks like. It's a really nice municipal campground. There's about 90 sites here. There's bathhouses, there's laundry, and there's walking trails and a couple lakes here. And also you'll see that the levee is right behind me. So Lake Okeechobee is right on the other side of that lake. And that's where the Scenic Bike Trail is, which I'm going to be riding in a second. Well, I'm up on the Scenic Trail at South Bay. This trail runs along the top of the Herbert Hoover Dike, and I'll tell you more about that in a second. But you can see behind me the campground where I'm staying, South Bay Campground, beautiful little place. And I want to pan around and you can see Lake Okeechobee in the background here. You can't really see the full big body of water, but we're going to show you that in a little bit. But this is a beautiful bike trail here that sits along this dike. I'm going to do some little riding here to kind of show you what that's like. Along the dikes of Lake Okeechobee, there are 4 or 5 outlets that let water out of Lake Okeechobee. It's all done for flood control. This is one of them here. This is the outlet, and it flows down to a canal here. I'll show you another clip so you can see the canal. But this one flows down towards Hillsborough, I think, right north of Miami. But there are, I think, 4 of them. One that goes to Miami, Hillsborough, West Palm, and Port St. Lucie. Well, that was some great biking up on that dike. Very different from riding in the woods. But we're about to leave and continue our journey along the east side of Lake Okeechobee. Going to go through Belglade, Pahokee, Port Mayaca, and up to Okeechobee. And we're going to do some driving clips so you can see from the dash cam what the terrain looks like. And we're going to do a couple stops so you can hopefully get a good view of the lake. Well, I'm in the town of Pahokee, which is right on Lake Okeechobee. You can see the lake there. Finally get to see the big water. But I'm standing up here on the dike just because it's got a nice little perspective up here. But we're going to take a walk down and show you just close to the water. This lake is huge. It reminds me of one of the Great Lakes, but it's so big here. Finally get to see the water here at Pahokee. Show you a couple of shots so you can see what we're seeing here. Well, this was a nice little stop in Pahokee. We're going to keep going north along the east shore of the lake and see more sights. We're at the northern part of the lake in the town of Okeechobee. We're at this scenic park. I think it's Lake Okeechobee Scenic Park. But there's a little pier out here you can see. Give a little pan of the lake so you can see what that looks like. Well, this is a nice little fish pier out here. You can see my wife talking on the cell phone in the background here, but no, it's nice. You got a nice view of the lake, a bunch of fishing boats out there. See if I can give you a little view out there, but no, nice little spot. As I mentioned, we're at the very northern tip of Lake Okeechobee. So from here, we're going to go on the west side. Not as much to see over there. It's about 25-30 miles to get to our destination. We're going to stay in Moorhaven at a campground there. Again, not sure what we're going to see, but once we get there, we're going to wrap up the video. Well, we wrapped up our second day and spent the night in Moorhaven, which is over on the southwest side of Lake Okeechobee. We spent it here at Moorhaven KOA. I really enjoyed this trip around Lake Okeechobee. We took 2 days and we did more of a scenic drive around the lake, stopping at different scenic overlooks. But it was a very different part of Florida to experience. I'm glad I came out here. But you know, one of the things I didn't do here is Lake Okeechobee is big on fishing, and I'm not a fisherman. I'm mostly a photographer and a history buff, so that's why you didn't see me get out on the lake, but it's very popular for fishing, bass fishing specifically. But we're going to head home now, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Stay safe and see you on down the road.